So, welcome everyone who's just clicked on the video to what is my first Warframe commentary video on this channel. If you're new here, I'd appreciate a like, and if you could subscribe, I'd appreciate that even more. But anyway, for those of you who've never played Warframe, I'm probably about to break your mind, so I'd recommend you go play the game, spend about 200 hours playing the game because it's great, and I'm sure you will if you go and try it, and then come back to this video. But to those of you who have played it, I'm sure you know that the recent update to Warframe has just brought the second part of the big 1999 update, and DE, the developers, have dubbed it the techrot encore update. So, what came with this update? Well, there was plenty of content. The main thing, in my opinion, being the techno psychota, which is the new nemesis system. Well, in Warframe, they're known as the Lich system. They're the newest version of that in the game. So they come with a plethora of new weapons, which segues into exactly what we're going to be talking about today. This beauty that I'm holding in my hands right here, the CODA SPOROTHRIX. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to give you the current build I'm using for it. I'm going to show you how it performs within a high level mission, high enough to show you that it can work in any part of the game, because I don't do endurance runs, I don't do anything like that level 9999 stuff. I'm just here to have fun, do what I need to do, enjoy the grind. So yeah, this build should hopefully allow you to do all that. So, hope you enjoy. So when you pick up the Sporofrix, the CODA Sporofrix at least, it's pretty much the same as the original one, to be honest. It's going to be a sniper with a delayed explosion shot. So I'll demonstrate it now. So there you go. You get the shot, and then you get the delayed explosion. What's the difference with the CODA version? Well, if we have a look here, when you get a CODA weapon, you can choose exactly what element you want on it, pretty much. So for me, I managed to roll a 54% electricity bonus, which is amazing. I could not pass it up. It's the main reason I bought this weapon with my new currency. But yeah, that's the main difference there. So what's so special about the Sporofrix in general? So as I showed you there, the delayed explosion. What it does is it procs viral. So you basically get innate viral with this weapon. Which is, it's just brilliant. Viral is already a great element, and I use it on most of my weapons. Hopefully, I don't know about you guys, but I love viral. So having, in my case, electricity and viral already is a great start. Right, so I know what you're thinking. We know how the weapon works. I've spoke about the CODA variant and why it's better than the normal one. There is a few more reasons, but I have gone over the main one. So let's go into the build that I'm using. So, here it is. Now, let's jump straight into the most important thing here. I am using volatile variant. This is a exclusive mod for the Sporofrix, but it was also exclusive for a limited time. So there may be people who click on this video and they don't have the volatile variant mod. And I know, it's a pain. If you want to copy my build, you need it. However, I will give you some recommendations if you don't have this mod. So, what should you use instead? If we have a look here through my mods, I'd say Prime Shred's great. More shots fired off, more delayed explosions, more bada boom. Really fun, cool. You could use Firestorm, because without this, you miss out on the increased explosion radius. So, if you want to go for bigger explosions, then Firestorm's great. Hunter Munitions, great for bleed procs. Seems as this is such a heavy status weapon. This could be great if you build around it. A really funny one would be semi-rifle cannonade, because the flat damage I'm already using, plus that, it would be ridiculous. But I can understand why a lot of people won't do that. If you have a Riven, throw the Riven on. I'd love a Riven for this thing, I think, but I don't know, because the Riven disposition isn't too great. You could throw stuff like that on, or you could completely just switch around what elements you use. You could run a viral, corrosive, and heat build. Something crazy like that could be cool. You'd have to do these two as well, but that probably would be insane as well. So yeah, there's some recommendations for that. let's actually dive into the build. So, as I said, volatile variant. Now, what this does is it turns the delayed explosion into an instant bada boom, and it makes it a bigger bada boom at that. So, you know, you basically turn in the sniper into a explosive sniper instead of a delayed explosive sniper. So yeah, that's that. Then we have galvanized aptitude, because if we look at the stats here, it is crazy, 161% on this build. So, you know, we're going to be using the mod that buffs our damage per status that's affecting the enemy. Then we're running gas, so why are we running gas? I never use gas personally. I know a lot of people do, and I probably should use it a lot more than I do. But I'm using it on this build purely for this mod. Because this mod creates such big explosions and it's instantaneous, having the gas with the explosion linger afterwards just creates, I don't know, it just makes it feel so satisfying. Loads of numbers appear, lots of damage, and it just makes my brain go, ooh, numbers, yippee, good damage. So yeah, that's why I'm doing that. So, next mod, galvanized chamber, more multi-shot. The better the weapon is. Everyone loves multi-shot. I love multi-shot, so here's multi-shot. Serration, flat damage. Um, a lot of people don't use flat damage. I do because, like I say, I don't do endurance runs. I just do what the max is for a mission level or a bounty level. You know what I mean? It's probably about 200 and something now with Archimedia and stuff being in the game. But flat damage is good enough for me to get through all content, so it will be good enough for you. So I'm running Serration. You could use a Bane mod, you could use any other form of Serration. You could use semi-rifle cannonade, which is something I might actually try instead. Uh, I use Rifle Elementalist because the amount of status this thing has and the amount of status procs we're going to be proccing, we want all those status types to be doing more damage. And the punch through, I mean, the punch through is punch through. I guess it helps. It isn't anything that I take too much note of, but it's there. But yeah, lots more status damage. Always great. And then we have Vital Sense. Vital Sense is brilliant because, you know, despite the low critical chance, we have a 6.6 critical multiplier now. So whenever those rare crits do occur, it's going to hit hard and it's going to hit big numbers. So that's why that's there. You can put anything you want there, really. There's probably a better pick there, but that's what I'm running right now. I don't have anything in the Exodus because I haven't even unlocked it yet. I will get around to doing that. If I was to put anything in there, I will probably put the likes of probably just like something like, you know, vigilante supplies. I could even put terminal velocity. I don't have the most amazing ones right now. But yeah, I'd say maybe terminal velocity because it has got a bit of projectile time. But yeah, it's not too important. And then primary arcanes is where you'll probably be looking and thinking, Chris, what are you doing? And my answer to that is, I'm a bit of a brokey when it comes to primary arcanes. I've got Deadhead, I've got Dexterity, and I've got Merciless, and that's about it. Um, if I was to recommend any others from the ones that don't have Crux, throw that on. Blight you could make work, but you'd probably have to mess about with the status that I'm using. And that's probably it from what I know. Let me have a look here. Won't use plated rounds. Yeah, no, I think that's probably the best ones. I should probably use Merciless instead of Deadhead because it's just so much easier to use. But I'm using Deadhead because I'm using the sniper. I want to go for the head, so I'm gonna just give it a go. But I would probably recommend Merciless over Deadhead purely for the fact that the gas clouds and the explosions are going to be killing enemies too, so you'll build up Merciless way faster. But yeah, I'm going to stick with Deadhead for now. Right, so now that we've gone over the build, I guess it's time to showcase it. But before I do that, let's take my build off on Revenant, just because Combat Discipline might activate Arcane Avenger, and obviously I don't want to be doing that to you guys, so we'll go to a plain Jane, no mods, no arcanes on Revenant. We're going to test against level 150 Steel Path Corrupted Heavy Gunners, just because they have the best of both worlds in terms of the armour and stuff. but I will demonstrate it in one of the new missions to show that, you know, it's a relevant build. So, with my build, starts off a bit slow. You can see, not doing much damage first shot. So what we do is, we lay a few rounds in, and now look at the damage ramp up. It goes crazy. You can see things dying left, right and centre. And you can see what I mean by the satisfaction factor of the gas clouds. It takes a lot of damage numbers, and it looks incredible. But you can also see it with volatile variant now. One shot, instant explosion. Applies all the status effects you have. It's great. So, we'll take them out. You could probably do it a lot faster than that. I'm just trying to show how the weapon, you know, handles, how it works. I'll go over the same build, but with primary merciless as well, just in case. So if we spawn back in, we go for it. Get the first few shots in, seems it's a galvanized build, it does take a few shots to ramp up, a few kills. And you can see here, primary merciless works just as well. You could argue better as well with how much easier it is to use, because you don't have to go for the head to get the increased damage. So yeah, I'd probably, for ease of use, I'd recommend merciless. I'm going to stick with that just for the fun factor of needing to go over headshots. I don't know, I just find that fun. Adds a bit of challenge to the gameplay. But yeah, that's how it handles there. Alright, so you've seen the build. I've showcased it. Now, before I go into any missions or anything, I just want to show how a couple of other Warframes may work with it. You know, damage buffs, stuff like that. Now, I know it's pretty obvious, it's just going to make the build better. But I just thought I'll throw it in here as a quick little look into it. So here's Siren with Toxic Lash. I haven't got the build fully built into Toxic Lash, but let's just demonstrate it. So we got the first few shots in, and now it starts destroying. Now, if you were to use Toxic Lash, that is a time where I'd recommend using Primary Blight, seeing as you get the bonus from applying Toxin. As you can see here with Siren, it's just decimating enemies. It's, you know, one shot if you don't miss like I just did there. And it's very nice, it's very fun, very satisfying. Just one more that I'd like to go over is Grendel with Nourish. You could use the likes of Rhino's Raw, and I can guarantee you it will increase your damage by a tenfold. But I don't have a Rhino build, and I hate to admit it. People are going to kill me for that, but I just don't run Rhino. So, here we have Grendel. Swallow a couple enemies, get Nourish activated. Now, yeah, Valprofiler has just removed it. So we'll take that as a free kill to build it up. And as you can see here, it's increased the damage quite a good bit. Much like it did with Siren. We're able to start one-shotting enemies. The extra damage ticks with the viral on top of the viral we already have. It's nice. It's good stuff. So yeah, Grendel's also a pretty good option in terms of buffing the damage of this weapon. Right, so we're going to hop into a mission in a moment. I'm going to show you the build I'm going to be using on my Revenant, just so you know I ain't buffing the damage.
Well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Shut up, Ordis, man. But anyway, I've removed the combat discipline, that's the name of it, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, combat discipline. I've removed that for Dreamer's Bond, and I got rid of Arcane Avenger for Arcane Energize, just so there's no passive damage boost. Now, I do have Nourish on this build, but you'll see in the gameplay, I'm going to do my very best not to use Nourish. When I say very best, I just won't press triangle. It's really not hard. So, yeah, this is going to be the build we're going to be using on Revenant. Just so you know, it's not damage, it's not buffing the weapon in any way, shape or form. I'll show you it against some steel path corrupted enemies, and then what I'll do is I'll run the new bounty mission that you run in order to get the new mods for the techno-psychota. Here we are, nice little steel path survival mission in the void, and we're just gonna quickly demonstrate how the weapon performs. So let's kick off the survival.
Life support has been
We'll
cut
throw
off.
Mesmer skin so that we ain't getting downed on trying to show the weapon off.
I'm sending
And here we are. So, couple of shots, get this built up, and everything starts to die. That's beautiful. Get it reloaded, and now we should start one-shotting. Yep. Now, if you remember correctly, I am using Deadhead, so I won't be doing as much damage as you guys using Merciless or Crux. However, I'm still putting in some work here. I just have to make sure I go for the head. Now luckily, playing as Revenant helps me do that, because Mesmer Skin stuns the enemies when they hit me. So we can just kind of freely stand around as we shoot. But yeah, I can definitely see Deadhead working better here. No, Merciless working better here, sorry. I'm using Deadhead. So I'll probably switch to Merciless eventually. I just thought it'd be interesting, give it a go with the high headshot multiplier, see how it runs. I still think it's doing pretty well. Right, now here comes an Acolyte. So hopefully we'll see how the damage goes against one of these guys. Where is he? Angst. There he is. Now, as a gas weapon, I don't expect it to do too well. However, it has just absolutely trunked his shields, and his health is going down pretty fast as well. So I'm quite happy with that. That went pretty smoothly. Especially for a gas build. Now, I can definitely see some more damage coming from that if I set myself up properly. I could probably one-shot an Acolyte, but just going with the basics right now, I was quite happy with that. Right, so straight into the action here as we ride our bike into Holvania. We're going to be doing a Legasite harvest for the bounty. This is the bounty that you do to get the new Parazone mods for your techno-psychota. So let's see how the SPOROTHRIX performs.
She'll guide you to your target.
So hello, Kalinos. Throw Mesmer skin on again, just for ease of use.
Ensure her safety.
And we'll follow the magic cat.
Grab those sparrow glands and let Kalinos have a whiff of them.
Alright, so another thing I want to add is I've decided to put on Merciless for this mission, seems it's infested, so going for the head, oh, techrot, sorry. So going for the head's going to be a lot harder. So, yeah, I'm going to just use Merciless here. Now, as you can see there, this is what's great about this weapon. I completely missed that enemy. However, the whole gas AoE and the explosion, it managed to kill other things behind that enemy, which was just perfect. Now, trust me, this weapon would be 10 times better if you hit your shots every time. Right now, I'm not doing a very good job at that. And you know what, whilst we're here, I can even show you how to get a techno-psychota. So, what happens is, when you play these missions in Holvania, some enemies drop these things. You pick it up, and soon enough, a new sign will come up, telling you to go up here with the thing you just picked up. You plug it in. Usually you get to play a game of Snake, but
Viruses
my
are
auto
dangerous.
breach came in there,
Techrot viruses are
so we didn't get to play Snake this time.
One you just
But
created
it doesn't matter
ways
if
to
you win the
solve
game or
online
you lose it,
reasons
you'll get a techno psychos every time. So it's very nice.
A boy band will make it any less of a headache.
Rouse the prey. Bring it down and drain it.
Right, so we've just got the Legasite to spawn. So we'll see how this thing performs against it. I am not expecting anything here because these things are tanky as hell. But let's see. See if we can get it whilst it's doesn't detect us. Nope, it's right here. Okay, so yeah, it's done nothing so far. However, if we hit those headshots, it does do pretty solid damage.
Stop it. Escape is
We don't have to worry about it running. So yeah, you know what? Dealt with the Legasite pretty well and all. So in terms of doing these bounties, you'll be fine. You can farm away
with every
whilst using
legacy
this.
we cut down, a new instantly emerges.
The other bounty type that you get is a exterminate. So you don't even have to worry about really tanky enemies like Legasites there.
And again,
Because all you gotta do is kill a few hundred enemies and dip. So yeah,
it is learned.
works in the new content too.
It is strong.
Very nice.
Negotiate my contract.
So, as you can see there, I just decided to quit out of that mission because I didn't want to do all 5 Legasite harvests. I just wanted to show you guys how this weapon works. But even after quitting the mission, we still managed to get a good old Techno Psychota. So, every time you pick up one of those radios, play the game of Snake, one of these guys will come after you.
Labels get comfy, shortchanging
Now,
artists.
as you can see here,
Rarely know the ins and outs of business.
once you finish talking, these guys are based off the new boy band that they had called Online. They're kind of like the Backstreet Boys of Warframe, I guess. But yeah, that's what these guys are meant to be mimicking. They're meant to be infested versions of them. So you do a few missions and you hunt them down. I'll probably do a guide on this soon enough. But when you kill them, you get to see all the rewards on the side here of what you get. So for example, I got lucky here. I'm going to get one of the new ephemerals. I've already got 2 of them. I don't know how many there are exactly, but it's still very cool. You get the live heart cells, which is the currency used to buy these CODA weapons. And then you can get random things like emotes. I got a floof. So yeah, pretty good. I'll get a proper guide going on them soon. So guys, that'll be it for the CODA SPOROTHRIX review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the weapon in the comments below. And if you made it this far, please comment something random like, I don't know, let's just comment CODA for today. Just to let me know that you made it through this video. And you know, a few comments will help boost the new channel. So yeah, thank you very much guys. Have a nice time. Goodbye.